What I will share today is only a piece of the weight loss puzzle. However, I hope it's enough to give somebody out there hope and a place to start. 10 years ago, I was sick a lot. I had sleep apnea, I had major depression, brain fog, I had high blood pressure, I was hospitalized twice for an irregular heartbeat. I had diabetes, fatty liver, and neuropathy, and a slew of other things. I was scared to death of Alzheimer's. Something that runs in my family is sometimes called type 3 diabetes. Today I'm a recovering crap addict, that's CRAP, and a recovering binge eater. According to the Diagnostics and Statistical Manual, food addictions don't exist, but anybody who has one knows they do. At my heaviest, I was close to 300 pounds. I kept a belt to remind me how big I was at that time. This is that belt, and when I put it on, it comes to just right here now. I lost 115 pounds, and as of this morning, even though that was over 7 years ago, I am within 5 pounds of that. I did this without surgery or without weight loss medication. Over the past 6+ years, my blood glucose levels, or A1C, have been between 4.8 and 5.2. That's near perfect. I'm not trying to brag, I just want to give people out there hope. I'm off medication for diabetes, and I volunteer as a lifestyle coach for the National Diabetes Prevention Program. Well, not the whole story. Destructive food cravings come in 4 primary categories. Number 1 is food insecurity. I'm not talking about not getting enough food to eat. I am talking about not getting enough of the essential nutrients. As long as your mind and body do not get all the nutrients they need, you will be food insecure. As long as you are food insecure, you will crave food. Even if you were to eat a gallon of macaroni and cheese every day, even if you were to eat 2 gallons of macaroni and cheese every single day, if that's all you ate, you would be food insecure. I actually had a college roommate who tried that. Maybe not 2 gallons a day, but he tried living off of macaroni and cheese. He became very sick and ended up having to have vitamin shots to regain his health. He was lucky. It could have been much worse. For some, it is. Some of you may be on a similar path. According to the World Health Organization, and perhaps for the first time in history, there are now more people in the world who are malnourished and obese than malnourished and underweight. Let me repeat that. There are now more people in the world who are malnourished and obese than malnourished and underweight. Some people believe it's too expensive to eat healthy. That is a myth for most. It's cheaper to eat healthy and be healthy even on food stamps if you know how. Many can even eat more than they usually eat and still lose weight if they eat the right foods. The best solution is to eat a well-balanced, healthy diet every single day. Number 2 is crap. If you eat crap, you will crave crap. Also, if you eat crap, you're going to feel like crap. If not today, eventually, if you live long enough. There is simply no getting around the law of the harvest. And no pill will ever completely change that. Most of you have a pretty good idea what crap is. The best solution is to avoid crap. I know that may sound kind of harsh, but remember, I'm a recovering crap addict. Think about it this way. How much alcohol can a recovering alcoholic safely consume? None. Number 3 is emotional distress. First, a story. Last summer, my then 3-year-old granddaughter and 2 of my grandsons were on a trip with me. We were returning one of my grandsons to his mother. My granddaughter was wearing a sequin dress. She decided it would be a good idea to remove a sequin and stick it up her nose. How many of you have stuck something up your nose and gotten it stuck there? Well, I did as a kid, and it was on the weekend, and it was a hassle for my parents to find somebody to get it out. I tried to remove the sequin from my granddaughter's nose, but I couldn't even see it. When we got back to town, we went to the doctor's office, and of course the receptionist asked us why we were there. I said, somebody stuck a sequin up their nose. The receptionist smiled and said, Now, who did that? My granddaughter patted herself on the chest and beamed with delight and said, "Me." Both the receptionist and I laughed. When we got in to see the doctor, she was able to locate the sequin, but she wasn't able to remove it. She referred us to an ENT. She then offered my granddaughter a sucker. And here's the thing. Sometimes, even quite often, when children are in distress, we give them comfort food, and usually it's crap. That teaches us to rely on comfort food when we're under distress. As we grow older and we're under distress, sometimes we seek comfort in food. And usually it's crap. Even if it's healthy, we eat way too much. How many of you have eaten a whole carton of ice cream, a whole box of donuts, a whole bag of cookies, or something else like that after a breakup? Okay, the best solution is to learn to manage stress in healthy ways and seek appropriate help for trauma. Number 4 is habitual responses to cues and triggers. They are everywhere. Businesses and organizations have become quite expert at using smells, images, and social pressure to separate us from our money. Many of these cues and triggers almost compel us to eat. Though difficult, change is possible. The human is the only animal that can planfully and purposefully reprogram how we respond to cues and triggers. It's not easy, but it's possible. I've done it. I've helped many other people to do it too. The best solution is to avoid difficult cues and triggers, but I know that's pretty much impossible most of the time. The National Diabetes Prevention Program may help. Other programs and resources may also help. One last tip for any of you who may be binge eaters. As with any addiction, it is more difficult to make healthy choices when tired or stressed. How many of you have heard an old commercial that says, "Bet you can't eat just one"? Well, when I'm tired or stressed, I can't eat just one of anything. Because of this, I have decided not to eat after 5 p.m. I rarely eat after 5 p.m. This strategy has helped me immensely. Something similar may help some of you. Perhaps not 5 p.m., perhaps a little later. Remember, you do not have to be a slave to cravings. There is hope and there is help